So I'm going to be talking about missing pages. So what about missing pages? I think it's best to start from the motivation. I got the motivation for this app when I was reading the Uriel's essay, My Lifetime Reading Plan. It's a very good essay. But in the essay, he's sort of liking his lifetime reading plan to an extreme sport, except that it's without the physical exaction. And one of the things I think I really liked about the essay was his approach to actually reading. I identify gaps in my reading education. He says he makes books that needs to fill those gaps, and he actually reads a book. It seems like a simple formula, but I think it's actually really powerful. Um, I actually contemplated on that essay after reading it and compared that to my own reading plan education. And I have documented some of my readings books on Goodreads, and I've been using it since 2015. I've probably read about 250 books at this moment, and I was quite disappointed because I realized that I tend to pick books based on vibes, what others are reading, which essentially it's actually a kind of low agency approach to these things, and maybe that's fine for some people, but how did that actually tend to happen? I think it happens because of the current implementations of a lot of the recommendation system, collaborative filtering. If A and B likes book X and Y, and B actually likes book Z, Z is going to be recommended to A. Content-based filtering. If I like a particular author, a particular team, similar books are going to be recommended to me. And these have obvious limitations. So, for example, there's a focus on similarities, there's lack of concept analysis, and of course, there's limited explorations of books. So I thought this actually sounds like a very nice way to leverage LLM to sort of analyze a user reading history, and sort of analyze the knowledge gaps, identify missing concepts, recommend books and contents in general based on those gaps. And yeah, I'm going to be using my Goodreads data as a seed data. So let's look at the demo. Okay, so this is the app. This is the prototype I've built. First, I'm going to add to my Goodreads, and once I add to my Goodreads, I'm going to go to my books. And once I go to my books, I'm going to scroll down and go to import and export. You can export your library and then you can download that. I have already downloaded mine, so I'm just going to go ahead and actually drag in my file. And yeah, that's it. So about 247 books is actually present in the red column. So I'm just gonna analyze the books. So this is gonna take some time, and essentially it's classified the books into categories. Great, looks like this is done, and you can see the different categories of books. Essentially, I'm just going to go to the one that has the most entry. So let's go to philosophy. Crack open the philosophy. You can see the number of books in there. So essentially, you have the books, and it displays the books and the author. So let's scroll down, and let's go to the recommendation to recommend books. I'm just going to recommend books based on my philosophy category, and then I'm going to generate the recommendation. And I've selected 3 recommendation, and looks like I have 3 important missing concepts: existentialism, political philosophy, feminist philosophy, and these books are actually recommended. So in essence, the AI agent also tells you why that book was recommended, so you get some explanation. Great, I have a book. Why should I read this book? So I'm going to generate a review, and this review uses a deep research feature. Basically, functionality is a deep research functionality that essentially go to the web and look up the available content about the book, and essentially crafts a book review so that you can decide if this is if it's something that you would like to read. Okay, looks like this is done. So essentially, you can see being on time. You talk about the central themes. Of course, you have citations, so these are grounded on contents that you can actually verify. And importantly, what I did was, when I was writing this feature, was to show connections to other philosophical works that's present in my category. So the Plato dialogues I've read, if there's any connections with the book, it's actually been stated. So the strengths of the book, critiques, enduring significance, and of course, there you have citations. So you can see right off the bat, you see the Wikipedia being cited, and so on. So that's it. So essentially, what you've seen is this sort of pipeline for recommending books, and with the reviews, of course, can be extended to video and video essay or just essays. But sometimes maybe you want something particularly customized for your own knowledge gap. You could co-write a prompt, for a long essay, say with an LLM system, and that would be sort of a on-demand essays, if you will. Also, maybe the knowledge gaps could be categorized based on canon gaps, that is, group of books that are missing. So, for example, the Western canon, and you can have, in this sense, on-demand AI-generated book summaries that will be, say, sent to your email every Friday, newsletter style. And I suppose that these workflows can also be adapted for users without a bookshelf. So that's Missing Pages. In brief, book recommendation app for avid readers, content generation app for avid readers. If you are interested, signify on the waitlist. Thank you.